Well, look at this. We're going to jump right into the action here. World Polo League match number 2 of the day is off and working. We see Polo and Sterling there for the Valiente squad, trying to get that ball away from the SD Farms team. This is Valiente and SD Farms facing off here in Palm Beach Open competition. I mean, these guys started about 3 or 4 minutes early. We didn't even get a chance to go through our normal lineups and introductions. My name is Gus Whitelaw. I'm joined by Hero Del Carril here from the Colorado squad. He played in our first match and then hauled across town here to be in the booth with me for the second match. Hero, thank you very much for joining in here.
Thank you for having me.
And we're watching this action. It's just rocking and rolling out here. Jernavis leaves it behind. Augustine Nero in there to back up. Bob J. He shoots downfield to goal. It's going to be wide of that goal, though. And Adolfo Cambiasso in to collect there for SD Farms. Does so with a little shot out towards the boards. Shot inside by Sterling, worked forward by Guillermo Terera, Santi Torres, and I think that Pelusa there trying to work in on the play, but it's taken by Pelon. Sterling, he shoots, and that one goes wide. So this is match number 2 today, a first opportunity to take a breath there. We came right into the action again. These guys starting early here. That's not something you see often.
No, usually doesn't happen.
Usually doesn't happen. And we're right into the action here. It's Adolfo Cambiasso. If you have missed any of the previous matches of the Palm Beach Open and you're tuning in and saying, why is Adolfo playing against Bob? That's a great question. We saw Santi Torres and Adolfo Cambiasso leave the Valiente squad after the Founders Cup. They moved over to a newly formed team, the SD Farms team. They pick up Guillermo Terera from a dissolved Scone team, and Sayu Dantada, and that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 there for SD Farms at Sayu. Santi, Tere, and Cambiasso playing against Bob Jernavis. You see Bob here on attack out in front of the number 1 position. The number 2 there, Augustine Nero, and to back him up, Bob J cutting that one. It goes across the front of the goal mouth. Nero there to try and hold on to that one, trying to keep it in play. Augustine Nero, brother of Juan Martin. Oh, look at that. Adolfo Cambiasso reads that play perfectly. As soon as the ball comes off the mallet of Nero, he has it on his. That gives him possession. He turns and fires, and I mean a perfect pass out in front for Sayu Dantada. Sayu takes his time, trying to have complete control here. Dantada slows down as Pelon Sterling comes in, Alejo Taranco there comes in to put some pressure on it, and the Uruguayan cousins are off and working here. Sterling sending it, trying to get it around Adolfo Cambiasso. Cambiasso sticks with the man, checks back to see where Sterling is. He has enough an opportunity, enough time to come back over to the ball there. He fires downfield as he draws the 2 blue jerseys in and connects here with Guillermo Terera. Tere. In the gray jersey there, sending for Sayu Dantada. Dantada bested on the play by Pelon Sterling. Sterling knew where that ball was going. He put himself there. He collects the ball. And now turns it over. Adolfo Cambiasso moves in there for SD. Alejo Taranco for Valiente, trying to mix it up in traffic there. Tere moves in. Santi moves in behind Adolfo. Adolfo plays it around Hejo, and it's picked up by Tere. Guillermo Terera here for SD Farms. SD coming into the match with a 2-0 record. They won their first 2 matches. The first one was against Blackwatch, the second against Alegria. And they're looking to go 3-0 here and join Colorado in the 3-0 club in our midday match here today. Of course, we saw Colorado and Alegria shaking things up this morning. Alegria trying to stay tight with Colorado for a couple chukkers there, and they did a good job of it, but it was today Colorado's day. Again, Hero Del Carril here with me. We'll talk a little bit more about that match as there's time. We see Valiente moving downfield here. Both teams scoreless at this point in chukker number 1. And here comes Adolfo Cambiasso. Adolfo on Gaita. Pretty standard first chukker pony for Adolfo Cambiasso. That pony was voted 2018 Best Argentine Breed in the U.S. season. Big honor there amongst a lot of top ponies, that's for sure. Dantada there with Sterling. Back shot by Cambiasso. And we'll see who can run onto it first here. Guillermo Terera looking to put a point on the board. A well-placed angled shot inside does just that. Hero, what do you think? Nice action here in checker number 1.
It's a very tight game. It's the first goal in how long?
A couple minutes here. Yeah, nice kind of control up and down. This is about as long as we've seen SD Farms take to score a goal. Their first 2 matches, they wasted 0 time. I think it was the first throw-in in just about both of them that took them to a high flag. Anyway, look at that. 2 on 1 at the throw-in there. Everybody off, switching ponies. That tells you how much running has been going on here. And chucker number 1, Sterling, posturing there with Adolfo.
And it's been open, no fouls at the moment.
What we like to see. Here's Sayu Dentata working downfield that ball. Takes an odd bounce off his mallet there. It's left behind and picked up here by Polo and Sterling. Sterling. I think 7 out of 8 horses changed on that one. Everybody changed on that one but Bob. Bob's on an American thoroughbred named Taina. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, perfect.
There's Guillermo Terera trying to get a pass out in front for Sayu Dentata. Big cut shot coming. Sayu putting it on point towards the goal. Santi Torres there to make sure it finds a home. Great work there from Sayu to Santi.
Amazing approach to the goal, huh?
Look at that, Sayu Dentata. And all it takes is just one more touch to put it through. Nice work there for Santi Torres. And SD Farms goes up 2-0 here. I think the horn goes there, and chucker number 1. I think that'll wrap up the first. So nice action here, and chucker number 1. 2-0 here. SD Farms on top of Valiente. Again, we jumped right into the action at the top of the chucker there. These guys started this one a couple minutes early. So off to a quick start here. SD Farms goes 2-0 here in chucker number 1 over Valiente. We'll be right back after this commercial break with chucker number 2 in this Palm Beach Open match.
I have the position of the ball, and I bring it myself, and I put it in. The horse is really comfortable and always doesn't look like it's going to run, but runs. It's a little lazy, but runs.
Well, we're back here for ready to start chucker number 2. I'm joined by Hero Del Carrillo. Thank you very much for joining me. Great match you guys played this morning against Alegria. And we're looking at a tough match here today. SD Farms, it comes in 2-0 to this. I think they're probably the favorite in this match. What does Valiente need to do today to stay even with or beat this tough SD Farms team, Hero?
So I think they're both 2 tough teams. We played Valiente the game before. And no, I don't know. I think they have a very good system, and they know how to play. And they know the others as well, because they are, I don't know, Cambiaso, Pelon are teammates in Argentina, Jejo and Terre as well. So I think they know each other pretty well.
There might not be teams that know each other as well as these two do.
No,
I mean, on top of that, the horses and the organization, it's so tight. They're share barns together.
So yeah, they know themselves between them, and they know the other teams. Bueno, Jejo and Pelon are cousins as well, so
a lot of familiarity.
So to play a man-on-man game, I think.
You think that's what it'll take to shut these guys down?
I don't know if they will shut them down, but
yeah, that's the chance. If you have a chance, right? I'm with you.
SD is a very tough team.
It's, we've been interested to see how Sayu, you know, kind of jumped right into the 26 goal, because it takes most people a little bit of time to adapt to this speed. But it's really been, you know, great. Look at that. I mean, those guys, Valiente working hard for a goal down there. Nice work by Alejo Taranco to be able to put one through there. That's an important goal for Valiente. I mean, I feel like they stop SD a little bit there.
Sure. Oh, what you said about Say is true. But he plays, I mean, when I've seen him in the other games, and he plays really well as a 1.
It's like 26 goals, perfect for him. I mean, it seems like, you know, I was talking to somebody, I mentioned it in their last game, that, you know, the 20 goal or 22 goal is almost too slow for him. I mean, it's not too slow, but I mean, he gets it, the way that the 26 goal moves and flows and how open it is. It's really, I think, plays well with the style that Sayu brings. And you put him with Adolfo, and the way they, you know, you could tell in that last match, Adolfo adapted in about the second chukker and said, Sayu, you know, we need you to play back a little bit more. And he did a good job of that. You see he and Sayu and Santi out in front, though, right now, doing a great job.
Oh, he's always well positioned for a pass when the play turns into attack.
So SD Farms goes up by 2 here. Look at that, Sayu keeping that drive moving. Santi Torres able to put it through, and they go up by 2 here. We'll see what Valiente can do out of the throw in here. Polo Sterling, the big throw-in winner for the Valiente squad with 9 throw-ins won. He and Hejo both 9 and 8. The guys, you know, and you see Hejo right here with control. He wins that one for Valiente, and Pelon is all by himself. I mean, he was watching over his shoulder to see if Hejo would get it. Let's see if he can keep it going. Pelon Sterling sticking balling to goal. When you win that throw-in and you get that kind of time, I mean, what did he see there? I mean, he just must have known that was coming. He goes straight that way.
So I think he saw Hejo winning the throw-in, and he just went for the pass.
Nice work there.
And score.
Yep, that gives them all sorts of time there. And I like what Valiente's doing here. They've done a good job at keeping things close between them and SD Farms. Not always easy to do. I think SD in their first match went up like 8-1 in the first chukker or something like that. That's tough stuff here, but Valiente trying to contain and doing an all right job of it here. Here's Adolfo Cambiaso mounting a drive downfield here. Sterling. Pelon Sterling on the near side. Backed by Santi Torres into a sea of blue. Back shot by Augustin Nero. And he picks it back up. Augustin. Tere. Gemmo Terera. Tere. He and Hejo take off. Tere keeps Hejo out of it, allows Santi in on the play. Santi Torres trying to drive inside and find a gray jersey there, picked up by Pelon. Pelon Sterling on Oriental Peseta. Now Tere. Trying to find Adolfo on the move there, not able to get all the pieces needed to put the right contact together. He's going to give it another shot here. Guillermo Terera slowing down there behind Taranco. He fires, trying to get something going for the boys out in front. Sayu Dantada and Augustin Nero racing for the ball. Dantada, oh, just bad luck there. The near side neck shot comes off a hoof. Ricochets wide. And that's good luck for Valiente on that one. I mean, that was a goal. That was he was there. If that hadn't hit hoof, that was going in.
For sure.
On the knock-in, look at that. These guys know each other well. They're cousins. Sterling slowing it down. Players in motion out in front. Bob on the inside there, trying to be in position to take the pass there. Left behind. Tere through, and I think a whistle.
I think Tere went over the right-of-way of Autin.
Let's watch here.
Oh, no, of Hejo.
Okay, so that blue, look at that, and he's looking over his shoulder. You know, you might not even have seen him coming. It happens a lot. I mean, there's more often than not almost. It seems like the guy looks back and didn't see somebody coming from behind, or the way things move so fast.
Sometimes you don't have the time. You're so fast. And
by the time you realize that
you've already fouled.
Too late. Your hand is firmly in the cookie jar, and they're trying to close the door on you. So Valiente goes to the line here. They're doing a good job, like I said, of keeping things close here. They've put themselves in an opportunity. Alejo Taranco draws the foul there. Nice work by Hejo. Ride that line out. And these guys are shooting to tie things up here. 3-2, and Chucker number 2, Polo Sterling, a 10-goaler on a 60-yard attempt. Well-struck ball right on through. They wave that one. Good to go. And we're all tied up here in Chucker number 2. How about that? Valiente giving SD Farms a good run for their money here. Teams come back to midfield. They line up on the mounted officials. And we're rocking and rolling once again here. The ball comes about halfway into the pack there. Here comes Santi Torres. Torres slowing things down a little bit, letting those players move out in front, maybe drawing a guy in. Dantada trying to hit the bouncing ball, picked up here, though, by Sterling. Disrupted by Tedera, picked back up by Nero, Augustine Nero. Augustine working through some traffic there. The ball left behind, though, and here's Adolfo. Adolfo Cambiaso. Busted on the play momentarily by Alejo Taranco. Taranco leaves it, and Adolfo gets it back. Lofted pass downfield by Cambiaso. Torres runs onto it, takes the shot. Will he have it? Santi Torres, what a shot. What a goal. Santi seeing something he liked on that one.
He saw the space, he saw the... Amazing goal.
Amazing goal. That's great stuff there. I mean, he's moving, you know, at a pretty good pace there, you know, probably 2/3 or 3/4 speed.
So I think both teams are running the ball, playing, trying to open as much as possible.
So 4-3 here. SD Farms back on top. Adolfo Cambiaso wins the throw-in. Adolfo. Anquete Creciente. Pelon Sterling there, trying to make some sense of it. Tere, Guillermo Terera, ball left behind. Here's Pelon. Pelon Sterling. Pass out in front. Sayu would have to wait to make a play there. There, he gets the timing just right. Nice work by Sayu, but great work also by Bob Jornavis. Sends it further downfield, and here's Adolfo on this all black mare with just one white sock there. Pelon, nice read coming cross field. Pelon Sterling, beautiful ball control. He shoots. It's under the nose of Adolfo's pony, bounces off a hoof. Bob Jornavis there. Pelon Sterling there. Pelon and Adolfo. And those guys look like they were at about 90 degrees to each other. Do you think that there was enough contact there? What do you see on that one, Edo?
I think Adolfo already knew he was against the wall.
Dude,
so
okay.
He had no other option.
Whatever, might as well just hit it.
It was a foul or a goal, so I think he just hit the ball.
He almost looked a little stuck there, like he was having problems getting out of the way. So what the heck? We'll take a swipe at it there. So I think that'll take us out of Chucker number 2, the end of the second. Valiente and SD Farms, a tight match here, 4-3. Nice work by Valiente, sticking close.
The spot penalty against Valiente, for Valiente, sorry. So
yeah.
I think.
And
we might start the next Chucker 4-4.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. They'll get an opportunity from pretty close in there. So we'll see how that shakes out when we come back. We'll go to commercial break right now and be back with Chucker number 3 after this message.
The world of polo is full of stories. We've traveled far and wide to tell the tales of this unique sport. Now, let's tell your story. We all love this amazing sport. From the solo horse trainers to the world's largest organizations. And at Horseplay Productions, we love Polo too. So contact us now, whether you want video content, social media marketing, or even advertising strategies. Horseplay will bring your story to life.
I mean, these guys are playing some hurry-up polo here today. We come right back into the action. We can't get through the commercials quick enough. They started about 4 minutes early. I think somebody's got a 3 o'clock tea time this afternoon they're trying to get to. Here's Alejo Taranco for Valiente there, trying to take his time, trying to let his teammates get in formation out in front. Nero's on the move. He's got his man beat. Can he get it down there? Santi Torres, now Adolfo Cambiaso moving in to defend there. We had speculated that there might be a Valiente penalty attempt there to start the chukker, and there was. We're tied up here 4-4. At the start of chukker number 3, Taranco, Adolfo. And here's Cambiaso. Nice work there. Able to hold his own. Nice work there. Nice patience by Tere, but Taranco coming in hungry for a meal there. Finds a back shot. Here's Torres. Santi Torres moves forward. You see Adolfo behind him. Santi on his American thoroughbred mini watt. Sayu Dantata trying to work inside the second attempt. Gives him control. He'll pass for Tere. Santi gonna be able to put a little touch on that one. And here comes Adolfo. Adolfo Cambiaso shoots to goal, and hey-ho, got a little touch on that one, I think, but not enough. That one
Not enough to stop it.
Yeah, not enough to stop it. So good work there, Adolfo Cambiaso on Caraqueña. 2017 best playing pony in the Queen's Cup. Full swing from about 20 yards. Hey-ho. Yeah, he got a little piece of it. I mean, just a hair on it, but not enough, like you said, not enough to stop it. So they go back up here by 1 goal. Ball back in play. Here's Adolfo. Adolfo Cambiaso trying to create a fast break situation there, but hey-ho. Looking to make contact first. Leaves the ball behind. Sayu Dantada hits hard. Sterling, Neto, and Torres now. Santi Torres here on mini watt. Was best playing pony in the All-Star Challenge. That horse mini watt, an off-the-track thoroughbred. Owned and operated by Torres. Look at that. Polo and Sterling getting some work done there. Is he dancing down there? Like spinning circles. Kejo with a back shot there. Now Tere goes to work for SD Farms. Ball takes an odd bounce. It is right on the back line. Sterling getting in there quickly, but I think the time is going to be out here. What'd that look like to you?
I think it might be either a safety or a spot penalty for SD.
Yeah, I think these guys are saying, look, we got there in time. We were there.
Set.
But the umpires with the final word every time, like it or not.
There's going to be a spot for SD. Sorry. So I think Keiko went, it was Terra's line and Keiko went right through.
So you see the flags on the goalpost down there. The wind is blowing. So is the high flag. They find a goal there. Cambiaso again on Caraqueña. Able to put one through with the looking at the horse list. Sayu on Benzina. Torres on Miniwatt. Tere on Story. And Caraqueña for Adolfo for the Valiente side of the horse list. We'll see Delme Liberata for Sterling. Delfina Afazata for Taranco. Nero on Area. And Bob J on Delfina Nostalgia. Valiente with not one horse over 10 years old there. 2 9-year-olds, a 6 and a 7. What's the, you know, Hedo, as you, with your horses and experience, you know, where do horses really kind of come into their own, or when are they ready to step up to this level? You know, it seems like most horses are started when right around 2 or 3 years old, something like that. You know, when do you think they're really ready to jump into competition like this?
I think at 2 or 3 they're beginning to break them, and I don't know. It depends a lot on the theories of some players or breeders as well. But you see mostly, I don't know, around 5, 6 year old they're starting to push the
be able to take a little bit of stress mentally.
You can see around 7, 8, and 9. It's when they're at the top level, I think.
Yeah, that seems like what with a lot of these horses. Of course, there's 1 or 2. Let's see, Kian played a young horse, and like I think the 4th or 5th that was 5 years old. But for the most part, you know, 7, 8, 9. Look at that, Augustine Nero just really working hard down there. Great defensive efforts by Santi Torres, now Adolfo. It's fun to see the ages and some of the stories on the horses, though.
That's amazing.
Tere, Guillermo Terera, I mean, you want to talk about a guy who's leading just about every statistic that you can find in World Polo League competition. He is Terera with the shots on goals and goals per game. Made quite an impact here for this SD Farms team. You see Santi Torres cranking that one right on through. Nice work there by Santi and Mini Watt. And they go up 7-4 here in Chukker number 3. 3 goals separate the 2 teams. See a lot of guys moving in there. I think pretty much everybody, yeah, our pony lists go blank at this point, except for, yeah, even Bob. They're still figuring it out there. I think Bob stayed on. I think that's the same horse. Is that Nostalgia?
To get the throw-in.
Yep.
Before everybody did.
Nice work. He was thinking about switching there, and then saw, yeah, we better not. That happened before. Adolfo starts playing that hurry-up polo.
And he got it for Valiente.
Yeah, that's nice work. Nice nice awareness of what's going on. That's huge, you know. If 7 guys are off switching, they're still throwing in. They don't care. I mean, the umpires are going to throw that ball in either way. If you want to switch, you switch on your own time. So we see there 1:31 to go here in the half, 7-4. Valiente, you know, they would like to stop some of this momentum here before they get into halftime. So we'll see if they can do that. Here's Adolfo starting the drive into Valiente territory. Alejo Taranco into grab control here for Valiente. Now Polo and Sterling. Sterling pops it up. Nero's on the moves. Got to hit the bouncing ball if he's going to hit it. He hits it once, twice, and sends Pelon. But it'll be Adolfo. Adolfo Cambiaso there with a back shot inside for Sayu Dantata. He jumps on the line perfectly, takes control, and crossfield to the sideboards. This one goes. At the boards, Torres and Dantata there. Nero, Tere, Sayu. Look at Sayu. Nice control there to not take a swipe at that one, which probably would have been a foul. Great work. He just keeps. Yep, very tempting. Yeah, no doubt about it. The whistle, I think, eventually goes though, and or maybe the horn went. Let's see if there's a foul on that one. Running out of time. That much is for sure.
So I think Sayu was on Pelon's line, and then Santi must have to give him one more shot.
Exactly, and that's something that those are kind of the little differences in the WPL. You know, like Commissioner Dale Smickless was talking about a week or 2 ago, that take that play, since it's fresh in our mind. We'll talk about that play right there. If the second man, if Santi hadn't come through, they would have let that one play out.
They would play.
There was a foul. Sayu fouled him, but Pelon was able to keep the play. He was able to keep his opportunity. Yeah. But then when Santi came in, that's when they fouled it there. And that sends them to the line. And up and down. Nice work there. Goes 7-5 here. I think that is how Valiente, that's what they want to do here. They don't want that lead to be more than a goal or 2 going into halftime. That's what we're doing now. The horn goes. So, man, a fast couple of chukkers here. 3 chukkers done in 27 minutes from when this game was supposed to start. So they're moving along here in South Florida today. This is match number 2 of 3 that we're playing in World Polo League competition today, and we are headed towards halftime. The players and ponies have left the pitch. They're heading towards their tents to take a break, talk a little strategy. Going into halftime, what do you think Valiente is going to be talking about? I mean, they've played a pretty good game here and have been able to control SD Farms. Do you have any thoughts, Hedo?
No, I think, that, as you said, they're doing a great job, and the difference is not much. It's only 2 goals. There's 3 chukkers left to go, so I think they should keep on playing the way that they are.
Yeah, keep doing what they're doing.
Some fouls that they're getting that will take them to shorten the distance.
Well, we'll see if they can keep it tight here when we come back from halftime. We'll go to halftime now. Stick around. This is ChukkerTV and the Polo Channel's live coverage of the World Polo League. We'll be right back after halftime.
The first time that I came to Mandarina, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that within just one site alone, we've got lush tropical jungle, high mountain ranges, an estuary, the flatland area, a lagoon, and then of course we have mile-long stretch of private beach. We chose Mandarina in the Riviera Nayarit because of all of the unique ecosystems that are on this property. We've got over 640 acres, and within that we're only developing out 110 home sites. 1 home per every 2.5 acres. We feel very honored and privileged to have brought together 2 flagship hotels like One and Only and Rosewood, which are both categorized and known to be setting the standard for high-end luxury.
As One and Only, we're creating the private home project in a very, very sensitive way. Our approach to that is very, very nice villa, oversized suites, but as well, a lot of activities for the entire family.
These go from a kids club that's in the middle of a jungle where there's going to be hanging bridges and tree houses and a butterfly sanctuary. And then as you move down into the flatlands, that's where we have our equestrian center.
The architecture there is really reminiscent of the Mexican haciendas in a 21st century interpretation.
The person that is going to build out the polo fields is Alejandro Batros. There's nobody that is as qualified in the world as much as he is. By having a polo and equestrian club, there's a lot of other activities that surround that. You can get on a horse, go with your family, and go explore Mandarina.
Nature is very powerful when you connect with it. You know, the peace that comes, the connection of your soul with the natural environment. And we wanted to offer that. We made a lot of emphasis that we wanted the architect to reflect how the light crosses the canopy on the jungle. The way the rooms are positioned and the way they have certain openings, windows on the sides, in front, in the back, on top, on the roofs, are thought out to really play with this natural sunlight. It was really keeping ourselves true to that experience of nature, of untouchedness. And you can give that with the 5 stars, then you have Mandarina.
as we come back to coverage here, we take a look at the highlight reel from the first half. A great action up and down the field all the way through. And, man, some quick Polo. When they walked off the field, I think that was, I mean, after it was 1:27 local time, we were scheduled for a 1 o'clock start. They started a couple minutes early, so, I mean, maybe a half hour. Maybe a half hour for the first half of action here. Again, looking at the highlight reel. Yeah, great shot there by Taranco. A lot of talent out on the field here today. Pelon and Adolfo, La Delfina teammates. And then Taranco and Terera.
Back in Argentina. So they both, they play for La Delfina and La Delfina Polo Ranch. And they, as you said, they spend mates together, train together. Similar to what happens with me and Juan Martin,
Yeah.
You could say.
Yep, and that's it's an interesting thing to see that happen with two players that are close on and off the field, and what happens then when they start playing. I mean, we saw a couple plays out of you guys today that really were exactly like what you had talked about in the first episode In the Saddle, where when he calls for it, you know that send it and he's going to be there.
So I have the signal. The
signal,
goes on,
yeah.
and, I try to hit it the best as I can.
But I mean it's amazing, you know, especially you guys are both young guys. You're 20. Are you 20 years old?
21.
You're 21. He just turned 20.
Yeah.
You know, even at such a young age to have that kind of chemistry that most guys, you know, it takes them longer to develop. So it's interesting to see with you guys and how, I mean, really on point it is. I mean, like you said, when we talked to you, I mean, I guess we probably laid that down a month ago, you know, 3 weeks ago, something like that, a while ago. And you were saying then, when he calls for it, you know, there's a comfort level. When he calls for it, I know that I can hit away and that he's going to be there.
Saying no, that's for sure. No, and you know, certain plays, I don't know if we prepare the plays, but you know that he will be there, or he will ask for it, or
If he's not there yet, he's going.
Say, and even I don't know, between chuckers, or when one of us is going down. For example, in today's game, I made a wrong play, and I was kind of, and he came next to me and he said, "Ale, here you go, this, that." He cheers you up, and I think that helps a lot.
Man, and what more could you ask for out of a teammate? You know, I mean, that's great stuff, and cool to learn about your all's relationships as players and friends and you know, country mates, and you know, you guys play on a team that's playing in the Argentine Open together. So a lot of familiarity, and that really, I mean, it's hard to put a number on it, but I mean that gives you another goal maybe on if it's a 226 goal teams, the combination like that, maybe it gives you an edge. The combination of you guys is more, you know. It's interesting. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, do you think guys can combine to really make that big of a difference?
No, I think it helps a lot knowing each other for sure, and even so, being able to say whatever you will say to the guy that he won't get mad.
Right.
Sometimes you play with somebody that he doesn't like what you said to him. In the moment, I don't know.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, you can cut through a lot of the you know, pleasantries and really kind of get down to business and tell somebody how it is without it being an attack.
Yeah, make it better.
Very, very interesting. And so, you know, that kind of familiarity, there's a lot of that on the field. Again, Pelon and Adolfo, teammates. Hejo and Tere, teammates, you know, both in Argentina. And then, you know, with the familiarity with the horses between these two groups here, SD, and the fact that Bob and Santi and Adolfo have played so much polo together since, you know, I think Santi's been with them since 2013.
In this case, they use it the other way around.
Yeah,
they know the advantages and disadvantages, so they have to take them into account.
Well, and maybe that's why we've got such an even match here. You know, I mean, there's no secret to the success. Guillermo Terera, poked there by Nero on his way by. He's able to hold on to control momentarily. Now Alejo Taranco. See Pelon trying to hold off Adolfo there, but he's got an opportunity now. Adolfo Cambiaso on Miami. Nero trying to come back to it there. It's Terera. Puts the brakes on. Sterling. Oh, man. Nice ball control there. Pelon Sterling. He's looking for an open Taranco. Pejo on Torreada. Pelon Sterling on Rios. Horse he bought last year when he went to England. And Alejo Plater, a young up-and-coming. She does well. She'll go to Argentina. So that's an example of one of these horses that is being looked at to go and play at Palermo. We see Adolfo on attack on Miami. Can he correct here? He comes across the front of the goal mouth. The back shot could get it done, and it does. He was wide to the right.
No.
He corrected, was wide to the left.
The mare's turn, you can see it here.
Watch this.
How she turns to the left.
He looks to Pelon. Pelon knows he's in trouble.
Nothing to do.
He's got the ball protected. You hope that something will happen there. I don't know even what it is, but you hope you get a kick off a hoof or anything to happen there to not allow him to go back up by 3 goals. Alejo Taranco guards the ball, leaves it for Pelon. Pelon hits right away, looking for Agustin Nero. Agustin on Delfina Tigresa. Santi Torres on 31, I believe. Yes, indeed, it is. And Sayu Dentada hooked on the play by Pelon Sterling. Gets the hook, gets the ball, has control at midfield, and some time here if he wants it. He's going to hit right away for Nero. Agustin Nero leaves behind, and a nice reach there by Tere. Guillermo Terera trying to hit the bouncing ball there. It's left behind. Torres on 31. Tere on a beautiful black horse named Pintita. Santi. Santi Torres gets out of SD Farm territory into the Valiente half. Santi Torres moving inside. Torres 40 yards out, working both sides. Oh, he leaves that one behind. That you don't see that often on the doorstep from Santi. And Valiente is trying to get that ball away from their goal as quickly as possible. Pelon being pressured by Guillermo Terera. Sterling waits for Taranco. Tere waits to line him up, and I mean goes shoulder to shoulder, takes the ball, takes off running. What will he do with it here? Will he crank the quick neck shot? He will. Torres through. Here's Tere, but I think the whistle has already gone here, and time is out.
The strength Tere has is with the horses and with his mallet.
Big time.
It's kind of impossible to take the ball out of him when he has it on the...
the way that he controls the ball, that Rodrigo Andrade controls the ball, you better bring your A game and 2 or 3 mallets if you can, because, I mean, that's about what it takes, because they get there and settle on it, and then they'll drag it up or back, or the way they fend you off without it being a hurried or in a rushed. Tough stuff. And Tere, just a great asset to the SD Farms team in the way he complements Torres, Sayu, and Adolfo is really nice. Adolfo Cambiaso puts that one on the board, and Valiente, just like that, goes down by 4.
First time in the game, right?
9-5 here, the biggest gap we've had thus far. Under 4 minutes left here in Chukker number 4. And this, I think, is probably getting to be a pretty pivotal point in this match here. If Valiente can't contain, win this throw-in, get a goal here, something like that, put a couple in quickly, it's going to be tough going for the remainder of the match. Whistle sounds there.
Maybe a bit too much in this case.
Little too much there, and possession is going to be turned over to Valiente, and they're all right with that. Pelon Sterling has 150 yards, plus a little bit of an angle there to get to goal. He's going to start with a long bomb downfield, a shot out in front over the heads of everybody, and to defend will be Adolfo Cambiaso. Pressured by Bob. Cambiaso. Bob Dranavis putting all sorts of pressure on him. Nice work there, Bob. I mean, really playing Adolfo. He knows him well. Adolfo gets the jump. Bob stays close. And a little bit of a pop fly there. Hey-ho jumping on the line.
Sayo should have gone near side, I think.
Kind of get in there and maybe approach that line a little differently there for the number 1 in gray. We'll see on the replay if we can what that looked like from above. As
Set.
yeah, Nick was saying earlier, the drone doesn't lie, and in that case, it sure doesn't. I think Valiente's making a case here saying, hey guys, we just hit from midfield. You sure you don't want to move it up? It's nice of them to give the umpires one more chance just to think about it.
Think about it. Maybe favor you.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's ever happened. I don't know if they've ever changed their mind based on
Sometimes
what the team
it's the other way
wanted.
around.
Yeah, exactly.
You end up
Back on your
Like-
own 60. Look at that.
Technical
Nice work
something.
there. Oh, did he get it in? No way. An awfully close situation here. Watch Ayo. Oh, Adolfo. I mean, just waits and gets mallet to ball in time. A safety, though, I think.
set.
And the drive essentially continues here for Valiente. They'll take it any way they can get it. Down by 4 in the 4th. That one defended by Adolfo and eventually rolls over the back line and out of play. That's a penalty 6, a safety. In this case, that ball went just yards wide of the goal there. So it's placed 60 yards directly upfield from that point. And it'll be an opportunity here for Pelon, Sterling, and Valiente. We'll look to some of our statistics here. Pelon at 60 yards is shooting 16%. So we'll see if he can improve that here today. That's combining his penalty 4s and 6s.
But out of this game, he already scored 1, so
Yep.
we'll see him now.
Look at that. He's helping his
the
averages here
middle.
today. You know, those are the kind of goals you have to make. You got to make the shots from the line. When Tommy Biddle came and joined me, he made the comparison to free throws and basketball. You got to make your free throws. In basketball, like you have to make your penalty shots in polo. It's so true. So 9-6. It took Valiente a little while to get it done, but they got a point on the board there to get Chucker number 4 rolling, and they have control here on a 1 throw-in. Augustine Nero sends downfield. Adolfo knew where that ball was going. He puts himself there to make the back shot. Santi Torres coming through. Now Guillermo Tere. Tere and Taranco. Taranco gets in there in time. Nice work by Nero. Buy a little bit of time there. Make sure there's not going to be a turning call. Oh, nice little hook there by Guillermo Terera.
That's what we were saying before. The letting play, giving the chance to move.
Clearly a foul there.
There was
Clearly
a foul,
but the front, the
still
two
had the
guys that
ball,
were
so-
there moved. Valiente maintains the opportunity. And now we've got a whistle.
was
So we go a little bit further downfield. Valiente hoping that this one is going in their favor. Adolfo's body language lets us believe that it might be. I think so. All right. So Valiente will go to the line here. Again, Adolfo not thrilled.
Very happy.
1:17 left here. The live look on the scoreboard there. Time is out. So we're in process of setting up for a penalty. And we'll see how this one goes here for Valiente. The score is 9-6. We're in Chucker number 4. And Valiente coming to the line will be Pelon. %100% on his 30s in Palm Beach Open play, and that statistic will hold strong there on, I think, 9 or 10 attempts from that 30-yard distance. He's 100%. So nice work there, and Valiente's back within 2. So they pick up 2 here. They go 2-0 on SD Farms and Chukker number 4. Cambiaso on Leonor, according to our notes, and Nero. Nice work by Valiente, trying to win another throw in here, take possession in midfield. Pelo Sterling's going to fire, see if Augustine Nero can get out in front here. Adolfo Cambiaso trying to beat feet there with them. Nero on the near side, they get another one. How about that? Exciting series of events here for Valiente and Chukker number 4.
A nice play by Otin. He won the throw-in, then went for the pass.
And I mean, when they say get on your horse, when you look back and see Adolfo's there, you better be rolling and trying to get the positioning, because
and the pressure becomes double.
The pressure is on. The footsteps, you can hear them coming from behind you. Nice play there by Augustine Nero.
An important goal to go by 1 to the 5th Chukker.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Big deal. So Chukker 4 is out the door. Valiente able to score 3-0 here to go 9-8. They trail by 1 as we close out the 4th. So stick around, folks. Don't go anywhere. We have got a heck of a ball game on our hands here today. We're going to go to commercial right now and then come back for Chukkers 5 and 6. This is ChukkerTV and the Polo Channel's live coverage of the Palm Beach Open. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Pelo Sterling. I'm here with my mare, Oriental Reina. She's a 6-year-old. She came over from Argentina. Reina is out of Corona, a brood mare that I bought from Memo Gracida. She's handled the pressure perfectly, which is one of the most important things for her for this age. She's going out very well, and I'm very happy with her.
So we're watching there, Pelo Sterling with his pony Oriental Reina. You see him on her right now to start Chukker number 5. Hedel, tell me, when do you play your best horses? You play them in the 5th or the 6th, or?
I usually start on them, so I have the option to bring them back again. You as a spare or to start the 5th and 6th, but I think the 4th and 5th Chukker really is like the...
That's the top. That's when you see the top ones.
Or you seal the deal, or when you're, I don't know, trying to...
Or you don't, yeah.
Or you don't, and you're trying to come back, so you need those mares to...
You need the good stuff out there to get you there, yeah.
Sure.
You see Adolfo Cambiaso always on the good stuff. There's no doubt about that. A pony named Maria. Sayu Dantada trying to sneak one closer to goal there, but Oriental Reina here with Pelo Sterling. I mean, just a beautiful black mare. Going to send that one downfield. Maria there with Adolfo. Ball gets kicked. Tere. Guillermo Terera grabs control. Once he does that, it's hard to take it away from him. Tere behind Torres. Now Taranco. Those three would have had lockers right next to each other in school. 3 T's like that. Here's Santi. About 80 yards out, 70 yards out. It's getting closer. Heijo knocks that ball away. Who can jump on it? Bob tries to get there, but Santi there already. The umpire's there before anybody with a whistle. And that stops the action. So they're already a foul there, kind of what they're saying. They needed to have room to make another play, or what do you see there?
Say, I don't know, maybe they give it to Valiente, so I think maybe the umpire said asked Santi to play, then maybe he's kept on tapping it. I don't know.
Right, because those will the umpires talk to you along the way there and say,
that's
hey,
why they help you.
Okay, so they're telling him, hey, get out of there.
Get out of there, play the ball. So they don't call the foul immediately, what we were talking before.
Yep, I like that.
They give you the chance to move and to open the game as well.
That's interesting to be able to hear feedback from them along the way, you know, so you kind of know what's coming then. If they've told you to clear or to use it, you better do it because those are the instructions. We see Sterling trying to come cross field there. He leaves it behind. Torres jumps into the play there. Santi on Chapita. Now Tere in the pack, out of the pack, but the whistle has sounded. Not able to get out clean. Watch the replay. I mean, kind of a melee. I don't know. I mean,
So it was kind of messy, but I think Kiko went right through. Was like a foul against the second man. Santi was coming with the ball, and Terry was right behind him, and Kiko came in between both of them.
So they give one up. They've been pretty tight on the penalties they were giving up there, but they give one up here. And in the meantime, it looks like we've got an injury timeout. We see a car on the field, medics out there talking with the number 1. Don't try and get an idea of what's going on here. Sayu Dentada is dismounted. There are medics out there attending to him. Appears to be walking around without any problems there. We'll see. Maybe something on his, something face. You see him looking at his face, his nose there, mouth. Augustine Nero there in the frame on Tapon. And they said that Augustine actually sold that horse to J5 5 years ago. And he bought her as a 5-year-old, played the final of the Argentine Open at 6 years old, and then I guess sold to J5. And now he's back on that horse again, a horse that he sold to him, years and years ago. Kind of a funny story about where horses end up. You sell a horse and maybe you'll end up playing it
again.
That's a pretty lucky situation. I mean, on one of what I imagine was probably one of his better horses, playing the Open at 6 years old, and then J5 saw enough in that horse to go to to come here after playing in Europe and obviously in Argentina. So interesting the paths that these horses take. We see Alejo Taranco on Lan, a Lapa Quarteto combination, and this is Lan's first high goal season. Came from Argentina last year, and Valiente bought her as a 2-year-old. So interesting. I mean, when they're buying horses as 2-year-olds, I mean, they must really see something in that horse or know what's coming, because you've got years until it's playing competitive polo.
Yeah, and I think that bloodline is a Lapa Quarteto.
How do you beat it? Can't go wrong, right? And that's the and that's the importance of breeding.
It too.
Yeah, that's the people ask about the bloodlines and the breeding, and does it does it really mean anything? Is there something to it? Absolutely. There's no doubt about it, especially Lapa Quarteto. Not going to find many people that pass up on that, but still, as a 2-year-old, I mean, there's a lot that can happen as a 2-year-old. So anyway, again, it's interesting to hear that. We saw with Pelon on Oriental Reina. Corona was a broodmare he bought from Memo, and then bred to Chimento to get Oriental Reina, and that's the one that Pelon was on there. We saw a little video before this chukker started of them in the barn, talking about the things he liked about that horse. So Adolfo Cambiaso chips that one right on into goal. And they are back on top by a pair here, 10-8. And chukker number 5, Sayu Dentada, all patched up there. We took about a 3 or 4 minute break there. I think they put a Band-Aid on, or they put something, maybe he had it doesn't look like he still got it there, but he'd had something, maybe a Band-Aid or something like that on his face maybe he had a bloody nose or something like that. But He's a tough guy. That much is for sure. Played a lot of polo around the world. Knows that those things happen along the way. It's a dangerous sport, or can be. And here he goes. Look at this. Off and working. Sayu Dentada doing a fine job. The player owner for this SD Farms team, Guillermo Terera, and to back him up on a pony named Peanut. He always seems to get a lot done on this horse. Tere working the near side, back to the offside. He's still got the ball. Tere now, Pelon now, Augustine Nero, and now the umpires.
I think Santi bumped into Pelon when he turned the boot because he.
Let's see, watch Pelon. Yep, I think that was probably a contact there that the umpires just didn't want to see.
He couldn't turn as fast as Reina.
Yep.
So.
That's what it's all about. I mean, the horsepower, again, I feel like, we're like a broken record, but I don't mind. And that, the horsepower, it means so many different things. It means runs to goal. It means stops. It means just, small turns that either, create a situation to draw a foul like that way, or puts you on the line quick enough to get a foul on somebody else. But it's all about the horses. I mean, the horsepower is, if the ponies are 70 to 80% of a player's handicap, that is pretty indicative of how importante the pony flesh is. And this guy's sure got a lot of it. Here's Adolfo Cambiaso. Adolfo, nice long ball out in front. Pelon, now Taranco. Hey-ho on Lan. At the sideboards, and I think that ball went over those sideboards and out of play. So Heijo hits it out. SD, I think we'll have the inbound play. Adolfo chats with some friends on the sidelines there as he prepares to take a goal shot here. Adolfo Cambiaso sends the big ripper right on in. There it goes. He goes.
I think he was saying this one's for you to somebody outside. And I did it.
Oh, that's pretty good. We watch there. He says, this one's for you. Cranks it up. And, I mean, he drops it pretty much on the doorstep. I mean, on the line. I think that ball hit the line. Fun to watch him work. 11-8. Chucker number 5, SD Farms, is back up by 3 goals. Look at that, Santi Torres. Did he get whistled there? No, no whistle. No. Just bad luck. Now Adolfo. Adolfo taking it away from Taranco. Heijo with a back shot. Everybody turns, trying to get back to the line. Whoa, baby. Some slippery action there. Juan Martin Nero, Augustine Nero, brother to Juan Martin. Augustine Nero working downfield, running out of time, running out of real estate, and that ball carries over the back line and out of play. So we got to be running, getting close to a time here in Chucker number 5. We had an injury timeout. We've seen a lot of action. And what we see right now is an SD Farms knocking. It's Adolfo with Santi in front to the right under that red helmet as always. He moves left now in front of Adolfo and looks to take the pass. Heijo trying to decide what exactly to do on that play. Santi is a master on timing. I mean, that if there's anybody who has just an unbelievable sense of timing and when to hit and to bump and to lean forward and kind of
speed.
Push
goes
through.
Fast, really
Gosh,
fast.
It's quite something, but not enough for a goal on that run. Here's Guillermo Terera. Winding up. And that one's going to head wide of the goal over that back line, out of play. Fresh ponies available on the back line. If needed, here comes Pelon. Pelon Sterling. Pelon. Back shot there by Santi Torres. Here comes Pelon. Pelon Sterling. Out of his own backfield, Pelon hitting out in front. They're trying to give themselves something to chase after. Santi Torres in to defend. Pelon hopes for a whistle, but turns anyway and jumps right back into the play. Alejo Taranco is taking control here for Valiente. Jejo trying to get around Adolfo. The ball left behind, and it'll come over the back line and out of play. 11-8 here. Chukker number 5. And we'll see what's going on out here. So ready for a knock-in. I think Torres on Wayne Tip and Adolfo on Romana. You'll remember Romana was the best playing pony in the 2015 U.S. Open. On the near side, turned back by Pelon Sterling. Picked up by Adolfo. I think that 30-second horn has gone here. Winding down. Chukker number 5, Dantada, and Pelon Sterling. Sterling looking downfield, trying to get around Santi Torres there. He's backed up by Agustin Nero, and it's picked up here by Alejo Taranco. Taranco trying to get around Adolfo. Jejo, he's inside of Adolfo Cambiaso. Tere coming from behind. Nice work by Guillermo Terera. Now Santi Torres tapping as he gets that ball around the corner. The double horn goes. And that will do it for Chukker number 5. So as we head towards the 6th and final, Hero, what are we going to see here? Will Valiente be able to do it?
I think it's 3 goals into the last Chukker is a kind of say a big difference, we could say. But I don't know. They might.
Look, if we look at it.
My name is Santiago Torres, and this is one of my mares named Mini Watt. So she's turning 9 this year, and she's one of my good ones. And I always know she's fast, so I always know I can make runs on her. She likes passing people. She's good laterally to the sides. She stops, got a good mouth, so she's pretty complete, but I think her best quality is passing people. So I always look forward to playing her. I'm always confident on her because she's strong and runs fast, so I always know I can, if I mess up, I can get back to the play quick, or if I'm in the middle of a play, I can sneak out of it and get past someone. I've had her for 5 years now, and I got lucky. She came out pretty nice.
So we've come back here to start Chukker number 6. I mean, these guys are wasting no time today. This is just incredible here. We're starting Chukker number 6 an hour and 5 minutes after its scheduled start here. And Sayu Dantada goes right to work for SD Farms, a man on a mission here. He's been playing lights out polo every match that we've seen him in World Polo League competition. He's checking over his shoulder there. Pelon Sterling moving in on him from behind. Sayu Dantada on the near side. He leaves it behind. Alejo Taranco in to take control here for Valiente. That team trails by a trio of goals here. It's 11-8, and Alejo Taranco's trying not to do that. He's trying to keep that ball in play and move down the boards. Instead, he turns it over. Blue team hits it out of bounds. Gray team will bring it into bounds.
That was an unlucky play. It just bounced and hit.
And that's all it takes. I mean, just one bounce. Look at this. Adolfo swings wide. You see that clock continuing to run here. About a minute into the 6th. A goal shot there from Adolfo. And it ends up well wide of that goal over the back line and out of play. So 11-8. About 6 minutes and change left in regulation. Pelon Sterling is feeling the pressure here a little bit. I mean, does that guy feel pressure, first of all? What do you think?
Hey, when you're under, I think every player should feel a little bit when you're under, losing by 3 and the clock's ticking.
Yeah,
Right?
yep, always ticking away.
You're under pressure under the time.
Yep. So I mean, at this point, you start taking a little bit, few more chances at this point in checker 6. I mean, do you?
Say, I think there's still time. There's still, I don't know, say around 6 minutes. Pero say,
Time to move.
the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, the clock doesn't stop. Time to move. Here's Polo and Sterling. Big wind up there. He's hoping he's on target. Will he catch Bob? A little behind Bob J on that one. Back shot by Terera. Sayu Dentata making nice moves there to try and get back on the line. He's on a horse named Jamaica there, but Adolfo's coming through to help him out. At the sideboards, Jejo on Hormiga. That's a horse that Cambiaso scored the golden goal on in the Queen's Cup final in 2017. Kavanaugh played that horse last year. That's Hormiga under Taranco. Mermelada for Nero. And Oriental Maligna for Sterling. SD Farms, we see Sayu on Jamaica. Santi on Diana. Tere on Medallón, and Adolfo on Solita. Ball's at midfield. Here comes Polo and Sterling. Polo moves out to the right here, trying to get around those SD players and trying to find an opportunity to shoot down towards the goal. Adolfo Cambiaso, again, he goes right to where he knows that ball is going to be. He takes control. He looks downfield. He fires, and Sayu is on the move. Sayu Dentata trying to get around Alejo Taranco. Jejo trying to pick the pieces up there. Now Agustin Nero. Torres in the vicinity there. Nero's pony helping him out. And time is out. So they're going to move this one to midfield. Kind of hard to tell if they're going to make him play that one, if they're going to. I think Nero was hoping for a whistle a little bit sooner. I guess that's probably the original foul. They want Santi to pull out of there and give him some space.
Space to hit the ball.
Santi says, no, I'm going to make you do it from midfield. I'm staying right here. I don't care. I mean, I guess there's times that you want the ball to move somewhere, and there's times you want it to keep going. Is that right?
Say, sometimes you want the guys to give you the foul, but I don't know. They move you forward and give you another option. Pero
other times you want to just hold on to it. Yeah. You see Adolfo there. Now Tere and Medallón. I mean, this is such unique movements out of this horse. With his legs and neck and everything. I mean, you can
stretches.
Yeah, how when he starts to run, it's it's really a noticeable horse. A real standout, Medallón. Look at that, thinking about a goal there, but not getting one. Wide and out it goes. And SD Farms starting to feel pretty good about where they are here. They're looking at going up 3-0, which they want to be. They need to be. As Colorado, as you know, Hero, went 3-0 this morning. That's your team. You were a big part of that happening. And SD looking to be 3-0 here as well in their third match of the Palm Beach Open. Agustin Nero turning around here. And now Alejo Taranco going to work. Jejo out in front of Medallón. And Tere, he hits high. And wide that one goes. So it's been a tight ball game all the way through. This is as tight of a match against SD Farms as we have seen at this point in Palm Beach Open play. Our first two matches of the day will result in two teams going 3-0. That'll be SD Farms and Colorado. Audi is looking to go 3-0 in our next match here against Blackwatch. Blackwatch looking obviously to stop that from happening. They're 0-2. Is how they will start that match. Jejo finally getting a goal there. They've been trying. They've been trying. So they'll take that one there. Sayu.
Almost got it.
From a standstill. I mean, he was stopped dead in his tracks. Jejo Nice touch there by Alejo Taranco, and right on in that one goes. So we're winding down regulation play. Teams at midfield. A loose resemblance of a throw in there. Kind of guys a little scattered on that one. Umpire's not worried about it. Ball sent downfield. Pelon Sterling. Pelon Sterling, can he get one here? Adolfo Cambiaso. Nice defense there by Adolfo. Adolfo Cambiaso trying to work that ball out of his backfield. Sayud Dantada at work here for his SD Farms team. Taranco. Rejo. Looks downfield, sends that ball. It's not tracking to the goal at this point. Santi Torres back to keep an eye on that one, and it appears as if it's gone over the back line down there. Not a play. 1:17, the clock ticking down here. Still possible, I mean, you'd say, but it's, you know, against Adolfo. I hate to rule out Valiente. You know, I mean, there's some time. People are probably saying, how could you rule them out? I mean, there's still minutes left, but it, you know.
The SD are very, very clever and not fouling.
Yeah.
And they're letting them play, and that means the clock ticks and
it's fine.
Say.
Touch there by Adolfo Cambiaso. Back shot by Guillermo Terrera. Here's Agustin Nero. Nero keeping the pressure on there. Shot inside. Oh, the pump fake. Can he get it done here? Sterling put another point on the board. They pull within one here. It's 11-10. Watch the replay. Dantada putting all sorts of pressure on Pelon. But nice work there. Too little, though, too late. The final score in this one is going to be 11-10. This match wraps up an hour and 14 minutes after it was scheduled to start. I think we started a little early, too, so great work there out of both of these teams. Valiente leads a hard charge against SD Farms, but too hard to storm the castle and win today. The King picks up another one. They go 3-0. SD Farms does. They join Colorado, your team, Hero, at 3-0. We have one more match to play here today, our 4 o'clock match, Audi and Blackwatch. That promises to be another good one. This was a great match here, our midday, our 1 o'clock World Polo League match. On behalf of the ChukkerTV crew and Polo channel, my name is Gus Whitelaw. Thanks to Hero Del Carril for sitting in the booth with me today. That will wrap up our coverage of the 1 o'clock match here for the World Polo League Palm Beach Open. Tune into worldpolo.org for all the updates and activity, and we will see you at 4 o'clock for our final broadcast of the day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you then.